really awkward.
My name is Cher-Aimé, and this is who I am. I was born in Miami, Florida, but I spent most of my adolescence in a small town called Port St. Lucie. It's a very quaint town filled with lots of old people, and it became a developing community, and then a lot of teenagers moved in there, and now it's just a bunch of old people and teenagers, and it's a really weird place to be. One thing about Port St. Lucie that everybody knows is that if you don't get out as soon as you can, you will die there. And that was definitely not something that I ever wanted for my life. When I was 10 years old, I got into creating animations. Originally, my channel was run under the name of Edge Productions. And then when I got older, I changed it to Cutting Edge Studios. Under Edge Productions, I released a wide array of videos, most of them having to do with superheroes. Again, one of my loves and interests. Most of the animations consisted of Spider-Man animations. There were some Iron Man animations, Captain America. Spider-Man was always the thing that I did most, but animation was definitely the first stepping stone into realizing that film was what I wanted to do. Animation for me kind of opened my eyes into the film world because I realized that I had everything that it would take to create a film without any of the money. For example, at the age of 14, I couldn't hire actors, I couldn't hire script writers or anything like that, but I was the one creating storyboards, writing scripts, putting actors in a scene, creating original stories. And even though I was using pre-created characters, all the stories that I made were all original, and that's why so many people saw my videos and flocked to my channel, because they really liked the original content that I was putting out. The desire to tell really good stories came from actually a really, really dark place. When I was about 15 years old, I went through a very, very dark stage of depression. Depression kind of brings you to the state where you just kind of feel, helpless. You feel worthless. And that is a very, very terrible feeling. And I was waking up with that feeling every single day. And one day, I actually planned to be done with it for good. And at that point in time, I had attempted suicide 6 times, but this time was supposed to be the last time. And for all intents and purposes, it should have been the last time. I remember sitting on the edge of the bed, putting a loaded shotgun in my mouth and pulling the trigger. And it didn't go off. And I think about that day a lot, because first and foremost, shotguns just don't jam. That's not like a thing. But this one did, and it didn't happen. And I think about that second chance. You can call it whatever, you can call it, a freak accident, you can call it a miracle. All I'd known and take away from that is that something really terrible should have happened, and it didn't happen. My life was supposed to stop at that point, and it didn't. What am I now going to do with that second chance? When I was really, really depressed, I'd stop drawing, I'd stop creating art, I'd stop going outside, stop hanging out with friends, stop talking to people. All the things that I love doing, all the things that I love bringing to the world, I stopped doing because I was just so not content with everything that was going around me, with everything that I felt about myself. I couldn't even be in a space to be creative and inspire the world. And after my last suicide attempt, it made me think a lot about people in the world around me, just how many people that there are living in the world that have experienced what I've experienced, that have attempted the things that I've attempted, that have gone through the things that I've gone through. And knowing that, I kind of put in my mind that I kind of want to be a voice for those people. My goal as a filmmaker is to tell those stories, is to represent people, whether they be people of color, people that are suffering from mental illness, to talk about the stories that aren't talked about, to give life and hope and inspiration to all those people that feel those things. I feel like that's my purpose, to use my ability to create, to use my love of art, to use, everything that I've been given to show those stories, to represent these people and to give hope to them. That's who I am as a person, and that's who I am as a filmmaker.